If you're looking for the best WordPress website hosting solution that comes with a free domain name and free secure key at a surprisingly low price, then you've come to the right place. Hello, I'm Yoda, and welcome to my YouTube channel. To get started, the only hard cost we have is web hosting, and that's where your website lives, and that's going to run us $3 to $10 a month. With your web hosting, you'll get a free domain, a value of $15, as well as an SSL key, which makes your web pages secure, and that has a value of about $99. Now, during this course, if you run into any troubles, just leave a comment below the video, and I'll be more than happy to assist you. And don't be shy about asking for help. I've been a webmaster instructor, aka the Web Yoda, for over 20 years, and I love to hear from my students. But if you could, please pay it forward. If you could like the video, subscribe to the video, share the video, tell your friends about the video. Those are the kind of things that help get the word out there so other students like you can find this video. Finding great web hosting solutions in the matrix of hundreds of choices can be frustrating at best. You have to understand that nearly all web hosting review sites make sure that the web hosting company they are affiliated with always get the best review. So basically, that web hosting company is number one to them because they get paid if you decide to use that company. I have been hosting websites for over 30 years, with the first 5 years being me supplying my own hosting. I have used at least 10 of the hosting companies shown here, either personally or for my clients. Obviously, not all web hosting companies are created equal, and there are only a few that stand out from the rest. But how do you reveal the best web hosting provider with all the fake reviews out there? As puzzling as this might sound, I was able to find my answer while not allowing my own bias to interfere. For me, I like to turn problems inside out. In this case, I was looking for the web hosting review that reveals a web hosting company that sucks the least. So first, the quick answer to the question of who is the best web hosting company for me is simple. Hands down, it's HostGator. HostGator is definitely the best web hosting solution for me, my clients, and for Web Yoda. But the obvious next question is, why is HostGator the best choice? Well, Web Yoda did some research to try to find some authentic web hosting reviews, and they settled on some results from PC Magazine. You have to understand that PC Magazine has been around for nearly 40 years, providing essential technology information to the end user. For our purposes, every year PC Magazine does an Editor's Choice Award to determine the best web hosting companies. And shown here are the top 6 web hosting companies for this year, with HostGator being number 1. It turns out that HostGator has been rated the number 1 web hosting provider by PC Magazine for many years running. Basically, HostGator collectively has the features you need. Their server reliability is amazing, their 24/7 support is amazing, their prices are good or better than anybody out there. I personally have been using HostGator for more than 3 years now. I host over 200 domains and websites with them. Web Yoda also decided to go with HostGator for all their needs. In fact, Web Yoda partnered with HostGator, and as part of that partnership, Web Yoda students receive up to 75% off plus a free domain name. Now, for you to take advantage of this offer, you simply need to go to your browser and type in hostgator.com/WebYoda. Now, this takes you to the partner page for HostGator and Web Yoda, and it reveals our 3 choices for hosting plans. Currently, as part of this partnership, HostGator is going to offer us a free domain name provided we sign up for one of their annual plans, and it turns out this is actually the most affordable choice for us. If we scroll down, we can reveal the pricing for each of the plans. All 3 of the plans come with one-click install. So that means when we go to install the software, it's going to allow us to build our website. We can just click a link and it'll install everything for us. They also come with unmetered bandwidth, which means we don't pay for the traffic that comes to our website, no matter how small or large that might be. And finally, they also come with a free SSL certificate, which typically runs around $99 a year. And you say, okay, what is that? What do I need that for? Well, that's that little lock up here in the top left. It allows your page to be secure so that the information going to and from your website is secure. At this point, you need to decide which one of the plans is best for you. For our purposes, I'd recommend the hatchling plan if you have one domain, or the baby plan if you plan on building multiple websites. And then if later you find you need additional features, you can just upgrade to the business plan and pay the difference. So in your case, you probably need the hatchling plan, which is just a single domain, so we'll choose that. The first step is to pick a domain name that works best for your purposes. In my case, for this example, I'm going to use choose my domain name, and if we click to the right, it'll tell us if it is available, and in our case, it is available. So we're going to scroll down. The next item is domain privacy protection, and basically what they'll do is for $14.95 a year, they'll hide your name, your address, your information like your email and stuff like that from people being able to see it. Now for me, it's going to be on the website anyway, so I don't feel like I'm giving anything away, so I'm not going to choose to pay for that. Next, we already picked our package type. We chose the hatchling plan because we only have one domain, so we want to look at our billing cycle. Within the billing cycle, if you purchase 1 month, it's $5.48, but it's only for that first month, and then the price goes up. If you go all the way up to 36 months, it's going to be $2.71, and it's going to be 61% off. Now, to get the free domain, you're going to have to pick 12 months, 24 months, or 36 months. So let's go ahead and pick the 12 months. It says $76.40, but let's see if we can do a little bit better than that. Now we're going to pick a username. In my case, I'm going to pick admin Yoda and a security pin. Then we want to put in our billing information. Now we'll scroll down to additional services. Now we don't need any of these services, but I'll explain them real quickly. The first is an SSL certificate. We already get that for free, so we don't need to add that. The second is for them to protect us from hackers. I know firsthand they're going to give you protection whether you ask for it or not, so there's no reason to pay for this additional thing. They're going to want to protect their servers from both the internet and from you, so they're going to definitely stay on top of this. Next, we don't need to pay for an email for our domain name. I'm going to show you how to make an email forward for your domain at no cost at all. Next, they offer a backup service where it'll do daily backups, but I know firsthand they do monthly backups for you. I'll go ahead and give you a video that'll show you how to make your own backups without having to pay them a regular fee like that. If you're looking to make scheduled automated backups of your WordPress website where you're in full control, as well as make manual backups at any time that you can store locally on your own computer, then you'll want to check out my WordPress backup and restore video at some point. We'll turn that off. And finally, HostGator offers some SEO tools for nearly $3 a month, but there's plenty of free tools out there, so we're not going to worry about that. If we scroll down, you want to make sure the WebYoda coupon code automatically spawned in here so you get the best possible price. And we look down and we see that now we're at $33, which is really a great deal. That's going to be for the whole year. It also includes our free domain name at no cost to us. And that comes with 24/7, 365 support, instant activation of our account, money-back guarantee, which is awesome, 45 days. Collectively, all these features leave me feeling very confident that I'm making the right decision today. So we're going to scroll down. We need to agree to their terms. And now we're ready to check out. But in my case, I own the domain I'm going to use, so I'm going to do one last thing at the top. So scroll to the top, and I'm going to choose I already own this domain. And I'm going to change this to say, choose yourdomainname.com. That's the one I own. So now we go back down to the bottom, and we're ready to check out now. And my purchase is complete. It is now setting up my account. Once our HostGator hosting account is complete and ready to go, you're likely to get a survey that looks like this one. But at this point, we're going to go ahead and go off script and save ourselves a lot of time and a lot of questions. If you didn't have this video to follow, obviously following these steps would probably get you to the goal that you wanted to do, but we're going to be able to get there faster and easier. We're ready to set up our email forward and install WordPress. So to proceed, you're going to go ahead and head to your email. And you want to look for an email from HostGator.com that says your account info at the top. From my experience, there are two different versions of emails you might receive from HostGator that will contain the information you need to proceed. So now we'll discuss both of those email versions to minimize confusion. Of course, HostGator could change things at any time, but what you learn here should be enough to allow you to proceed. The first email type will look something like the one you see here, whereas the second email will look more like this one. If you selected a free domain name from HostGator as part of your purchase, then this short section on how to point your domain name to your hosting account will not apply to you as your domain was automatically set up for you by HostGator. To point your domain name to your hosting, you first need to know what your name servers are for your hosting account. In the first email example, your name servers are shown here as I've selected. In the second email version, you can also easily find your name servers as shown here. Please do not use the name servers shown in this example, as those are the name servers for my hosting, and your name servers shown in your email will most likely be different than mine. Once you have located your name servers, you need to log into your domain account and set your DNS settings to use your name servers. All of my domain names live at GoDaddy.com, so I needed to go into the DNS at my GoDaddy account and point that domain to the HostGator name servers as shown here. Now, if you're not using GoDaddy.com, it should be a similar process, and if you have any trouble, just contact your domain company and they can give you further assistance. Next, we're going to log into our control panel. And since there are two possible emails you might receive, that means there's two possible ways to log into your control panel to access your hosting account. Let's start by looking at the first method. To log into our hosting account, we're going to need our username and we're going to need a password. We're going to take that password and we're going to copy it to the clipboard. And now you want to go to the control panel, which is how you access your hosting space. So we'll click on this link, and that takes us to the control panel login page. Now my username and password are already there, so I can just choose login. And that takes you to your HostGator control panel, also known as your cPanel. In the second method for logging into your control panel, you will simply click the Go to HostGator button found in your email. And this will take you to the URL porthole.hostgator.com/login. From here, you will enter your username and password that you provided when you purchased your hosting. Now, my username and password are already there, so I can just choose Login. Once you're successfully logged into your HostGator portal, there'll be an option at the bottom right to access your control panel. Simply click on the cPanel button to access your control panel. And that takes you to your HostGator control panel, also known as your cPanel. Now, as promised, I wanted to quickly show you how to create an email forward. Now, you can notice right here you can find it in Tools. Unfortunately, the cPanel changes on a regular basis, so I want to show you a more effective way to make sure you can find it no matter what your cPanel looks like. So we're going to go into the search box, and let's just type forward. And there's the option we're looking for. So we can click on that. Now we're at the email forwards. Now I'm going to click on Add Forwarder. Then I want to put the email address I want to forward. In this case, it'll be Yoda. Now we need to choose our domain. In most cases, you'll just have one domain name, but I have a lot of domain names in here. So there's the domain name I want to use. Now, what email address do I want it to forward to? Yoda@webyoda.com. I can choose Add Forwarder. Now, any email that goes to yoda@chooseyourdomainname.com will be sent to yoda@webyoda.com. Now, obviously, this will be your domain name and your forward, and this will be your email address that you want it to forward to. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the cPanel by clicking here. Now we're ready to install WordPress. And again, the easiest way to find the WordPress installer is to use a search box. So I'm going to go to the search box, and I'm going to type the word soft. Because the installer we're going to use is called Softasculous, I'm going to choose Softasculous Apps Installer. Now in the search box on the left, I'm just going to type WordPress. There's WordPress. I click on that, and now I'm at the WordPress installer. Now before we proceed with our WordPress installation, I wanted to address how to deal with WordPress installation errors. In very rare occasions, when you're trying to install WordPress, you may get an error. I've already installed WordPress so that I can demonstrate that error, then I can show you how to correct the error, then we'll install WordPress correctly. So let's go ahead and click on Install Now like we think this is going to work. And don't worry about the settings right now, we'll worry about that next time through. And now I'm going to click on Install at the bottom. It starts the install, and then it gives you an error. Now in this case it's just telling me it already exists, but this error could be any error where something went wrong. Our goal is to get rid of the install error so we can reinstall correctly. To get started, click on Softasculous at the top left. And right here is a list of our installations. If I click on that, it shows the one installation we had. We know that we don't want it because it didn't work. So we can simply click this X. We can scroll to the bottom. Remove installation. Are you sure? Yes, we're sure. That installation has now been removed, and now we're ready to install WordPress. So at this point, we can go back to Softasculous, choose WordPress, and now we're back to the installer. And we'll click on Install Now, and we'll go ahead and proceed to install our WordPress. The first option is which version do you want to use? The default will be the latest version. We'll use that. Next, you'll choose your domain. If you have multiple domains, they'll be in that drop-down. Now over here it says, what protocol do we want to use? The problem is it can take a little while for the secure key to be activated. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off for now. We can activate it later. So we'll just choose the regular one like that. And it shows that currently our SSL certificate was not found, and that's because it takes HostGator about 24 hours to get that up and running. Under site settings, the site name is the company name. So let's say this was for WebYoda. I'd put WebYoda. And then the description is whatever the description for the company is. So let's say I put free online courses. You can leave this unchecked. We want to pick a username and a password. I'm going to pick Yoda user. Then you want to pick a secure password. So let's hide that so I can put a secure password in there. Now the admin email is where any email associated with your website will be sent. So for example, if you needed to reset your password, that's where it would go. Now since we didn't set up this email forward, that's not going to be good enough for us. So in my case, I'm going to pick one that does work. So for me, it's going to be yoda@webyoda.com. For you, it'll be whatever your regular email address is. You could choose a different language if you like. We don't need to select any plugins. We're going to do all that ourselves. No reason to make any adjustments to the advanced options. And no reason to select a theme now. We're going to do that ourselves as well. When the installation is complete, where do we want it to send details to? I'll use the same email address. And now I can click Install. This says that it could take 3 to 4 minutes. I've found it doesn't take really that long at all. Now that WordPress has been successfully installed, we're ready to open up a new tab and look at our website. At this point, we're probably going to have to take a small break, and that's because we just set up a hosting account that has a new domain. The hosting's immediately available, but the domain takes a while to propagate across the internet so that it's able to be accessed. To test to see if your domain name's ready, simply open up a new tab in your browser and go to your domain name. And if your domain's not ready, you'll get a message that says this site cannot be reached. So you'll likely need to take a break for about 2 hours, and then come back again and go back to your domain and refresh and see if it works. When it's ready, you'll get a page that looks like this one that says website coming soon, or you might get your new website homepage. So let's go ahead and close that test tab. Now we're looking at our completed WordPress installation page again. Now that WordPress has been successfully installed, we're ready to open up a new tab and look at our website. To access our website, we simply go to our domain name and go to our website. Before you can start editing your website, you need to be able to access your website admin. To do that, you simply go to your domain name, /wp-admin, hit enter. A login box will come up. Now simply enter the username and password you created during your WordPress installation. So in my case, Yoda user, password, paste that in, hit login, and now we're logged into our WordPress. At this point, you're ready to start building your free website. I have plenty of videos that show you how to create a free website, like the one shown here. I also have specialty videos that show you how to build specific websites to meet your needs. For example, I have a video that shows you how to build a free blog website in case you plan on doing regular blog posts. I also have a video that shows you how to build a free shopping cart website in case you're looking to sell products online. And finally, I have a very detailed video on building a free affiliate marketing website in case you want to start building a website where you can immediately start monetizing your website and generate passive income as I do. So at this point, you can simply click on the link at the top right, and that'll take you to the video shown here. Or you can visit my YouTube channel and choose a video that's best for you. Now, I truly hope I covered everything you needed in this tutorial. Now, if there was something I didn't mention or you had additional questions, please leave them below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. But if I don't know the answer, I'll go, hey, I don't know. But if I do know the answer, I can find the answer, I'll give it to you, and maybe we can work on it together. So I really enjoy doing this. I hope you had a great time as well. The only real payment I'm looking for, if I could possibly get a subscribe out of this, possibly a like out of this, that'd be super helpful. But outside of that, I just hope you have a great day. Peace out.